everybody. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and it's Friday, August 4th already, and I hope all is well. Sorry I'm a little scraggly here. It's really been quite warm the last couple of days, and it is now, let's see what's the temp here. Just approaching, just shy of 80 degrees, so it's 70. It's 79 right now. Sorry, T, we're kind of T Brown, if you watch this. Sorry. Sorry about that. We're on at the same time. So, anyway, hi Nancy, hi Dorothy, good seeing you guys. I don't know how the weather is where you are. In Wisconsin, Nancy, and Dorothy in Florida. I hope it's cooling off. I really do. I had to here switch my fan over to the dining room table so I could get some cool air in here in my office. And when it does that, it keeps wanting to close the door. Keeps wanting to close the door. Yeah. Well, they're saying there may be some thunderstorms in your neck of the woods this weekend, Nancy. So just keep your eye to the sky. Anyway, I had to take my waste basket and block the door so it doesn't slam shut. Got quite a bit of things done and everything. I'm waiting on my backup groceries to come. They'll be here about 2 o'clock. Be here about an hour. I don't know where it is right now. It says it's near Stillicum still. So anyway, I hope it comes early. I really do. Anyway, in the news, as you can see in my title here, Course Trials Back to School and Maga Idiots. Well, let's start off with the both DeSantis and Trump need to wake up and drop their campaigns. DeSantis right now, he's burning through cash so much, he's mismanaging his campaign. I could imagine what he's doing to Florida. No offense, Dorothy. You probably already suspected that. What he's doing and what he's doing to the Disney, the entertainment park industry and the migrants and everything else. The guy's an idiot. You guys need a new governor. A governor that promotes inclusion of everybody, irregardless, and the migrants that help take care of the crops and everything. So the guy has no clue of how things really work. He's just like Trump. He has no inkling, and he has no business picking on Disney. He really doesn't. And you know what Disney really should do? They should tell him, go, you know what, if you're going to be like this, guess what? If we had our way, we'll move to the Midwest, and you guys could go take a flying leap. Of course, Disney won't do that, but they should. They should put that threat to him. He has no business taking over their district or anything, because that idea has worked out for the last, 50 years? 50, 60 years, okay, when it was set up, their district, and I can't figure the guy out. I really can't. He needs to return Disney and the migrants industry back the way it was, and leave it alone. And stop nitpicking and stop trying to tell people what they read, what they shouldn't read, what they should learn, what they shouldn't learn. People should learn everything. The whole kit and caboodle. learn everything. And education is important because without education, the human race won't survive. So they need to think about that. If they don't want to understand it or don't want to do research on it, well, then that shows that they're being idiots. Okay. As you know of yesterday, Trump was indicted. He was arrested, fingerprinted, everything else. He was indicted. When he was in the courtroom, there were several witnesses, and they said he sat in the table, the defense table, all by his little lonesome. And his lawyers were late getting there. And he had trouble answering questions or not really understanding the questions or anything. The judge wasn't going to cater to his whims. She put her foot down and said, no, this is the way it's going to be. You don't like it? Tough. The DC trial hearing for the trial date sets and everything, all the pre-stuff, is August 28th, and it's at 10 a.m., and it's for setting the trial date. If they have to go by the 70 Speedy Trial Act, which is 70 days from the date, okay? So it depends on who knows, the trial may come sooner. Now on this indictment, he's been charged 4 counts, felony 4 counts. Obstruction, inciting a riot, a couple of other things. But if you go to, now I think Money's Touch may have this, but they may have a copy of the indictment list that was released. So check that out. But he's indicted with 4 counts. So up until now, the charges count from New York, Florida, and then soon to be from Georgia. So far it's 81 counts, and most of them are felonies. And if he's found, and depends on what other counts he's being charged with by Georgia, which I suspect she wants to throw in the RICO Act charges, okay? Trump may get 400 years in prison unconvicted. And they're ahead of time trying to decide whether, okay, they're going to, all charges, all convictions are going to be served side by side, at the same time, or is it going to be one after the other? So most of the, and pretty good, all of these are no parole. So it's about time he's held accountable. So anyway, there was a very little, outside the courthouse, DC courthouse, there were very little of this crowd. There may be like 10 people there. And there were like 15, 20, 25 people that are against Trump. DC does not like Trump. Just like New York. They just don't like Trump at all. They never have. The mega rats, as I call them, when they were interviewed, they're idiots. They are so blind. And they go, you're not being very smart here on this. He broke the law. He broke a federal law that was put in place for a reason. And you guys don't seem to get it through your thick skulls about this. And Trump is not Moses. He's not the Messiah. He's not anything. He is a petty little bratty criminal. That's what he is. Now, if Facebook does not like me saying this, well, that's just tough luck. People have been saying that and thinking that for a long time. I've seen better presidents than that. I've seen better presidents that have done their jobs and done it properly. And as long as they have a real good team with them to help him out, help him or her out, that's great because they're doing it on their behalf. Because remember, guys, and also remind your other friends and everything else, your like-minded friends, we, the people, are the bosses of Congress. And all the other agencies, they're federal agents, they work for us, and they need to be reminded that they work for us. Okay? And like the other day when we had the National Night Out, I discussed this with the police, one of the police officers here. And he goes, "You're right, we do work for you. We pay their salaries, benefits, their training, everything else through, taxes and property taxes and everything. And yes, they work for us, and they provide safety and service. It's just that when one of the other fellow citizens decide to break the law, well, that happens. Okay? Let's see, what else? So we'll know on August 28th when the actual trial, DC trial, will happen. Now I didn't quite catch her name, but she is the same judge who has tried the hi Virginia, January 6th insurrectionists. She's the same gal, and she tough as nails, and she doesn't take any nonsense. Oh, speaking of which, the E.G. Carroll trial, Trump wanting to retry the same trial before. And the judge threw it out and says, no. It's already been tried, it's already been decided, and that's said. And his countersuit against E.G. Carroll was, his countersuit was thrown out. So, you think the guy would learn. You really do. I can't understand people like him. I really can't. Of course, I know some of you are grandmothers, great grandmothers. I'm not a grandmother, sadly. I wish I was, but I'm not. Kids are going back to school. And so, anytime you're driving or anything else with your kids, hi, Nose. That's my cat, Cyrano. Yeah, what? Okay, I'll be right there, Nose. Yes, I know. I love it when a cat tells you what to do. You don't own them, they own you. Anyway, as far as the back to school thing for the kids, especially those in regular grade schools, elementary, middle and high school, then you also have kids that are starting college this fall. So just make sure everything is safe for them. You know the drill. You've probably gone through this number of times. So anyway, of course, I was at, with John's meeting last night. I mentioned that both my daughter and my ex had COVID. Yes, they did. And they're much better. They're doing better. Beth still has that lingering cough. So, it could be a while before it goes away. If any. Now, that I mentioned before on the indictment and the mega idiots, or mega rats as I call them, or mega idiots. They're about one and the same. Uh, they should have not gotten any airtime. They're they're there just to get airtime just for them, not for Trump. They're not really for Trump. They just make Trump as an excuse. Okay. Um. Now there are those that are against Trump. I thought that was so funny on that guy in that walking Trump baby costume. He was pretty good about it. Pretty good at it. Gotta be hot in that thing. Um, I don't think he was in there in that costume for very long. Because his wife or his girlfriend was with him on that, and she's like, he's not gonna be in it very long because it's really hot there, especially in D.C. And of course, Washington D.C. is still recovering from that windstorm they had the weekend before last week ago tomorrow. So they're still recovering from that storm. They were going to close down Constitution Avenue completely, but they go no because there are a number of other arterial roads that are cut off to the other main drag roads, and some have, you know, some have dead ends or cul-de-sacs, and some don't. And I said no, we're going to have to keep Constitution Avenue open because there's still trees down, there's still lines down, so they're still repairing them. A good portion now of from what I believe, the northwest neighborhood of Washington D.C. almost got their power back, almost. So they're still working on it. The National Cathedral had some damage to their smaller chapels on the campus there, and a tree did come down on one of the smaller chapels and bent the roof line, and so they're working on fixing that. That kind of story reminds me of the one we had in 1992 here. So, all right. Well, let's see. It's 1:18. I'm sorry. Loki woke me up at 1 o'clock this morning and decided to take his claws and sink at my back, and I'm going, why are you doing that? He's so demanding sometimes. Anything else? I can't think of anything right now. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Chat about? I hope that you voted in your primaries, respective primaries that's happening. And then, of course, we have the general election in November for this year, the midterms this year. So, or not midterms, but just the general election for some things. Now, we know that there's some senators that are not doing very well, and they're not running for re-election. See, Nancy Pelosi's she's not running for re-election. She's not coming back. She's basically retiring from Congress. And then Senator Feinstein is also retiring from Congress. She's retiring from the Senate. She had a real bad case of shingles about a couple of months ago, Diana Feinstein. And I know how she feels. It really wipes you out if you ever had shingles. And so if you have not had your shingles shot, be sure to get them, because it will negate it pretty much. Many people don't understand shingles, and it is a derivative from your chickenpox when you had it when you were a kid. And that little virus, what they call Shingles virus, which is the part of the chickenpox family, um, has a tendency to hide after you have your chickenpox. You think you've gotten over it and it's gone away, it's not going to come back, right? Well, hence shingles. Yeah, I was given my second. Okay, there's two pneumonia shots too to get. I got my second pneumonia shot um, at Safeway, so that was taken care of at Safeway. I was going to do it at my doctor's office, but they said they didn't have the vaccine there, so I got it at Safeway. Um, so yeah. So make sure all your shots, ladies, are up to date. Okay? Now, I know there's some that can't receive the shots because of an allergy or whatever to the. Hey, Carolyn! I love your deck, Carolyn. I miss owning a home. Miss owning. Hey, Linda! Oh, your tetanus? Yeah. It's almost a requirement out in the country to get your tetanus shot. Okay? I got my tetanus shot not last year. Yeah, I got it last year because I was overdue. Overdue by 3 years. Yeah. I don't know which, when getting the shots, I don't know which is worse. The tetanus shot, the shingles shot, or the flu shot. Okay? They both really put you through the ringer. But it's better than getting the real thing, right? So anyway, I hope all is well in your respective areas weather-wise. Just keep your weather eye to the sky. I know it's, yeah, you need a tetanus shot. Yes. Um, I don't know if you ever heard the term lockjaw. That's what it is. Uh, People that stepped on a rusty nail or yeah, I'll be getting my flu shot too. I'll be getting with my doctor on that this month. See if I can, if they got the flu vaccines out yet. If they have, I'll get one. But lockjaw or tetanus is really kind of nasty. So, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my lunch. I know I'm running late on my lunch. And my groceries will be here in a little while. I don't know where they are. Hold on a minute. Okay. Well, they updated the arrival time of my groceries, and it's be at 2:18. So it's about 45 minutes, 45, 47 minutes, somewhere in there. Let me check my schedule for next week. Okay, I'm good for the 7th for my chat show on Monday. Wow. Yeah. I like bananas too, if they're good. But, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I want to wish you guys a good weekend. Stay safe. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. And thank you for watching. Be sure to share. I need more subscribers. and members for my YouTube channel. So, so I'm working on that. So anyway, take care, guys. Stay safe, okay? Love you all. I'll see you on Monday at 1 o'clock, okay? And thank you for coming. Okay. Bye-bye.